Come on, empty. Go. Generating well. Generating well.
The cities.
Generating well.
San Francisco, San Bernardino, Sacramento.
Generating well.
Minnesota, Minneapolis, Florida.
Generating well.
Crazy. Southern California, New York.
Generating well. Generating well. Generating well.
That's still stuff.
Done.
Right, being a primary.
Press T return. Colorado Central Hard.
That's great, man.
Tab. Off. Tab. On. 64. Chat screen. Editing. Hello. Chat. Chat.
Hello.
Chat. Chat screen. Chat screen. Chat setting. Chat. 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 T4. Chat screen. Editing. Chat. Text box. Chat. Text box. FF.
Play Minecraft.
Friends Minecraft play. Starbucks.
Join. Play Minecraft.
You join game Minecraft. Starbucks. Tap on. Chad.
Man, so New York City, Philadelphia, Philadelphia, Minnesota, crazy. People are looting, trying to bring money, bad people, on the street, on our pocket people.
Chad free.
I'm not leave.
Chad free. Editing. Chad text box. Chad text box. Hello. Line sleep from bed to little line sleep. Chad free.
It lifted. The spot came off, huh? It came off, it lifted.
It come off?
Spot, yeah.
It did come
And
off.
my son was clean. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, it's cool.
I know you are. Magic, yeah.
Spot's gone now.
There was a spot that, I don't know what had dropped it. My son tried cleaning it and, oh my God, he rubbed it so hard. It was like, oh my gosh, it took up. It didn't even match the rest of the carpet. I said, oh, I felt like getting all mad, but I didn't because he tried his best. It's like, okay,
You see that the carpet is clean now. Sorry, alright.
Chad free.
That was none of my friend. Electricity.
Chad free. Editing. Line sleep from bed to little chat screen, editing.
Live tweet from bed, still obed, not story, still obed. Live tweet says live tweet from bed, delay, still obed, not story, still obed.
That's mom.
It's new again.
Tab on.
Good job.
You look like that stand up there pretty good.
Yeah.
Came right on.
Nice to be a little tiny bit like you said. I thought the distance was too much to notice.
Yeah, that's how it was. It was like very noticeable.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. You got it done early.
Yeah, we sure won't have fans having a concert today.
Oh,
Have to work on that.
yeah, all the bedrooms have their fans on, so.
Chat screen.
Really just violence here. Crazy. Is it done, Mom?
I don't know. Well, you want to walk on the carpet?
Not these.
Huh?
Not these. The plan later.
Yeah. It's going to take all day to dry.
Yeah.
Your fan's on high?
Yep. Number 6. I am my room.
It's been drying.
Huh?
All the fans on in all the rooms.
Yeah. I turned the light off in my room. Yeah, the day on anyway. Those people buying it yesterday, buying it crazy. Those 400 people in the rest of Tangamana, 400 in the West, last night. Yeah. No, huh? Ricky, some people are happy with basic orange because they're fixing on the mass. That's what they're doing right now on the news.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're watching the news.
Yeah, the workers, the business business not helping. That's good. Helping's much better. Support characters. Don't listen. Looting. 10% loot. Don't loot. And get arrested. When I die because you made a soda, I just take the upstairs to get. I just beat him up. One man. So I just don't listen.
All screen. Edit.
Lightning. those keep them like them. That's the lion. The lion. Lion's good.
Chat, screen, edit, chat, text box. Live, brown bed, yellow, black pajamas. Chat, screen, Hard Fox, Cloud9 Live, Wave, brown bed, yellow, black pajamas. Hard Fox, Cloud9 Live, Wave, brown bed, Hard Fox, Cloud9 Live, Wave, brown bed, yellow bed, pajamas. Chat, screen, edit. Hello, Rich flashed.
That's the game chat. So what's going on here is when there's people honors and helping, what's going on, they're made to put in a mess up. Should have made it up some put in a mess up. Let's see if people helping much better.
Her on social media.
Let's say people helping.
For all of us, the killing of George Floyd, the horrible, indelible images of his death are personal. It hits each of us in our own way. And there are elements of the last few days that are also personal. We usually speak to Yvette Nicole Brown under lighter circumstances. But these days, like many, she carries a heavy heart. We want to hear what she has to say.
Mom. Summer says student training.
We're getting cut.
Saturday. Summer. Until the summer comes.
I'm going
Claire says June 21.
Demand for health care.
I'd say, because I think she's being using more grace than she even needs to in this situation. The police captain or chief of LAPD was on your air maybe an hour ago.
$100, Victoria. Second thing.
Oh, champagne bottle.
Nailed it.
Knows what is happening. There's no mystery about how black people are being killed on camera. There's snuff films of our bodies being left in the streets. But he wants to have a conversation? He doesn't need a conversation. He needs to fix what is broken in this city. And today they're deciding.
The Dominguez firm. Don't delay.
Sorry.
Did merchandise that they wanted, and if they knew that it was a vulnerable spot, that the police were not around, they would follow each other, go to that location, and they would all go at once and ransack the place. Several people, even though there were, let's say, gates that were down, they would lift them up and they would go in there in large numbers and ransack the store multiple times. By the way, they would park their cars next to the store, and in that particular location, there were people who would go inside the store, take some stuff, grab a handful of stuff, and then just go back inside 2, 3, 4 times. We couldn't believe all the merchandise that was coming out of that store. So quite a scary situation, I have to say. Throughout the day that we had been doing that coverage, it was one of the times when we felt a little bit more unease, not at ease, because there were no police around, and these people were just at will looting that place. So one of the wonderful things to see is the following day there were large crowds of people here in the Fairfax area. So you can see
in George Floyd's neck, which killed him. His first court appearance was supposed to be today. This was postponed this morning for June. Tell us why you think this is happening and what the expectation is about how this moves forward.
Well, I don't know why.
Well, there was no reason that was...
Oh, I'm so sorry, Yodi. Can you let me know?
This country is on.
Chat screen. Chat screen. Tab on. Chat screen. Editing. Chat text box. Line well. Chat screen. Editing. Chat text box. Line sleep, round bed, pillow, and pillow master, and pillow bed. Chat. Chat screen, editing. Chat text box. Girl giant panda. Sixty-four. 43. 64. Chat. 64. 43. 64. Chat screen.
Yeah. Chat screen. Rest. Chat editing. Chat text box. Chat text box. LL. Live black brown pajamas. Star Fox Cloud 9 says live black brown pajamas. Lay bed bottom. Chat screen editing.
Everybody's fan on high?
Yes.
I'll take dry it sooner.
Yes.
Sorry, Noah.
Black, brown pajamas, brown bed. Hot Fox, Cloud 9, black pajamas, brown bed. 64. Tap, 64, 64, 60.
Play with turkey. Really drink some time play with that. Drink some lemon wine. Look up some water. Let's get the turkey later.
Tab, 64. Chat.
Look, that's wet.
Yeah, let's do wet stuff. Or if you spent out pie, that's good.
Take a long time.
Yeah. Not going to the bottom. Yeah.
Chat.
No, I can move like this. Like this. Turns it up. A lot of battery. Battery.
Chat screen. People.
And that's a lot of battery.
$60. 64.
Can't play the dog right now.
$64. Chat screen.
There's a lot of battery here. It's gotta be a lot of battery. So 10:40 already.
64.
sneeze.
Chat screen.
It's a feeling. It's a current. It's a feeling.
Tab on. Chat.
This is a line screen.
Chat screen. Edit.
Hi guys.
Hi guys. Chat screen. Edit.
Oh no, shoes. I don't know what Mama's doing, but she's okay. You got your water? No. Tried to go to the bathroom yet. Maybe later. Maybe another 11. There's some carpet piece left in that dry. Then you get one. No, Dad, it's not going to be there. No. I'm not going to come. There's be enough time.
Tab on. All screen. Chat screen. All screen. Sign in. All sign. Bottom. Single file. Pixel rad. Rich. Bottom. M3. Bottom. Channel body. It's abandoned. Check. It's abandoned. It's abandoned. Bottom. Will north. Bottom. Radically. Section. Bottom. Will fight. Bottom. Hit that for you. Bottom. Wait for 2 steps. Contract. Bottom. Mark M100 for lockdown. Bottom. Zoro Minecraft. Mary. Bottom. DX_source. Checkbox. Check. Bottom. FD. Checkbox. Check. Bottom. Ignore. Bottom. High five, bottom, MATVIA.
Everybody sees last time likes in the news, man. Is that your cell phone? The cell phone, man, last night.
Chat screen. Pause screen.
No.
Pause. Way bad crossing.
He's a little bit wet. Check. Yeah. Checking it. Just checking it. French have me.
Chat.
Checking on it. Alright, let's go exploring the map. Let's take these off. Not helping now. Just exploring. The map next. Exploring. Just exploring next.
Pause. Pause screen.
Weird. No, they can hit on. No, I got some porn too.
Tab on.
Hold on.
And then when we read it,
Focus, yeah.
Focus.
what?
Wow.
It's black.
By not saying anything. There are conversations.
I don't know why it is that you don't pick up the phone.
That conversation. You know what I'm saying? So it's important for you all to hold each other accountable and to be
Absolutely breaks my heart. Yes, but committing the violence and looting totally changes the subject, and then what we focus on is the violence. But I will suggest, though, that many of the people that participate in the violence, I'm not sure they're really demonstrators. I'm not sure they care a lick about George Floyd. I think that when people see protests like this happen, that there's opportunists. They see an opportunity. They know they can go do something because the law is not being enforced in the same way. So I think it is really important to separate the criminal activity from the people who have legitimate grief. Now, those people who really are protesting that then resort to violence, you know, they are totally changing the subject and hurting the very cause that they say they believe in.
And George Floyd's family has in fact asked for peace. George Floyd's brother said, quote, "My brother wasn't about that," in reference to the violence that's taking place. His brother says, "My brother stood for peace." So the Amazon now is limiting its deliveries. Maybe this could affect you, suspending them in certain areas where the rioting and the looting took place. This right here is video. This was in Santa Monica, and it does show looters breaking into an Amazon van, stealing all the packages. And according to Bloomberg, Amazon quickly recalled some of its drivers in that area Saturday night. The company now is scaling back some of those deliveries, changing the routes in some of those neighborhoods.
This could impact you, certainly. State buildings in downtowns all across California could all be closed today in the wake of the violent protests. We're talking about DMV offices, licensing offices, Department of Justice offices, and everything really in between. The California Department of Human Resources sent out its directive saying it had consulted with the CHP and Office of Emergency Services and coming to its decision. It's up to officials at individual agencies to determine what buildings should be closed. The move comes following days of angry, of course, and destructive protests across major cities in California, including Sacramento, Oakland, San Diego, San Francisco, and, of course, Los Angeles.
The tragic murder of George Floyd last week has sparked protests, as you know, across the country. In solidarity, the University of Minnesota has announced that it is adjusting its relationship with the Minneapolis Police Department. Now, this announcement was made Wednesday by the school's president in a letter which says it will no longer use local officers to assist a major event, including the Golden Gophers football games. The person who spearheaded this decision is the student body president, Jail Karadi, and earlier she joined us this morning to tell us about this new policy and to update us on the situation there in Minneapolis.
I think after last evening, after you saw a very peaceful demonstration happening down one of our very large highways, I-35W, and we saw kind of the semi-truck come in down the highway, people are very fearful, people are scared, people are feeling very aware of their surroundings, but in all, people still want justice.
What does it mean to adjust the relationship?
So as President Cable detailed in her letter or her email to all of us, it will involve two things with the canine bomb.
That are here on today. My name is Reverend Kevin McCall. I'm a civil rights leader in Brooklyn, New York. We came today with a delegation that you will hear from. The delegation consists of Attorney Sanford Rubenstein, community activist Chris Banks, the brother of George Floyd, Terrence Floyd.
Behind you.
A harmonious moment caught on camera as protesters in D.C. sang "Lean on Me." The massive crowd seen outside the White House last night, clapping and singing the hit by Bill Withers. We're back in a moment.
Because of the hard times, I had to take the time to call. The staff is what made it outstanding. They just go above and beyond.
They were accommodating.
I feel very well treated.
We had this great big smile that just lit up my whole day.
We are Microsoft
through connection and through the all need that we all see as a society.
Come on. The family has called for peace. 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 We're sending a message to people all over this country to stop looting and throw up the peace sign. The power is in the numbers. Come on, brother. Don't stop protesting, but throw up the peace sign. This family has a long road ahead of justice. Come on. But just because we're doing it peacefully, that doesn't mean we don't want all 4 of the officers locked up. Lock up all 4. Lock up all 4.
Phoenix, Los Angeles, pretty darkly. Second round, Los Angeles.
Business owners and their employees are not on their own today. City crews started boarding up broken windows and doors before dawn, and volunteers have been turning out with their boots in hand, ready to do their part.
I couldn't sleep at night, and I was just like...
Downtown Long Beach is almost too much to take in. Every store on the block ransacked, merchandise snatched from shelves, the looting here and fires nearby, overshadowing what began with what police describe as a peaceful march and ended when opportunists took control.
This is no peace, no justice. Well, since it's going on, I'm not only going to get even, I'm going to get ahead. And that's what all this is about.
He witnessed the looting.
It just looks like a bomb went off. And
this property manager witnessed the aftermath.
I saw it all unfold last night on the news, but being here, seeing it in person, this is horrible. You have a mom and pop's shop, Fashion Island, struggling to just stay afloat on a daily. It's overwhelming hurt. The hurt turns into anger.
He was comforted by the National Guard. They were sent here to secure the area. An hour later, they were working alongside residents.
It's ransacked, it's destroyed. There's a lot of cleanup to be done.
This is Long Beach. This is what our community is really like. Well, the folks who were down here vandalizing last night, that doesn't represent our community.
You see the people marching. It's not just blacks, it's Latinos, it's whites. It's people are very fed up with the status quo.
Hopeful the call for police reform and change is not lost. In Long Beach, Tony Ginyard, NBC4 News.
And we're going to keep things in Long Beach for you. News Channel 4 Alpha over the city right now. Megan Reyes is live to show us the aftermath from overhead. Megan.
Michael, you can see the difference and you can see the progress that people are making as they are cleaning up their neighborhood. This is right off of Long Beach Boulevard. This is 5th Street. News Channel 4 Alpha, we flew over this earlier this morning. We saw all the destruction, but we see a significant difference right now. A lot of these volunteers here starting to put up some of those plywoods on the windows that were broken out by the incident yesterday. So right now, activity continues here. Streets are being cleaned up, and people are trying to get a fresh new start here in Long Beach. That's the latest here for News Channel 4 Alpha. Let's send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Megan, and as we wait for Long Beach officials to give us an update, we want to take you now to Santa Monica. More than 400 people arrested there following yesterday's unrest, and the police chief there said most of them were outsiders. NBC4's Michelle Weiss live in Santa Monica, where the National Guard is standing by as volunteers clean up before curfew kicks in. Michelle, good morning.
Good morning, Michael. Of those 400 arrests, 95% of them were from people outside of Santa Monica. And just like we saw those devastating images of live looting on our air yesterday, we are seeing heartwarming works of kindness from people in a matter of hours. Strangers and people in the community have just congregated to wipe away the graffiti here, sweep away the glass. This is an optometry glass store here that remains to be boarded up. But this street was impassable. It was filled with foam earlier today. This is Jack's Jewelers the shelves left barren. And over here is where the Sushi and Sake restaurant here, one of 9 buildings that went up in fire. I'm about to show you the damage here. Meanwhile, the city of Santa Monica is saying that what happened here will not happen again. These were criminal acts that hijacked a very important message. This is the Sake house as we look inside. Now there is tape up as workers get here to do a lot of the work. The city said they want to remain mobilized to keep the city secure throughout the evening, and they are going to work with the police department and the city to enforce the curfew. These people have just a few hours left because the business district is going to close up at 1 o'clock, so a lot of people are getting in as much work as they can. The police department, plans to enforce that curfew and arrest anyone who breaks the law.
We have always come together in our toughest moments.
explosive with officers damaging multiple police vehicles, according to the Long Beach Police Department. The city had planned for a protest and increased staffing with the police department, but they ended up having to call in law enforcement from other agencies, including bringing in the National Guard once resources were exhausted. And we still have seen National Guard members out here this morning. They did end up putting a curfew into place for 8 o'clock last night. The Long Beach Fire Department, they were dealing with a fire at a clothing store. 2 minutes.
Well, Sticks, it's very hard to tell the two apart.
Pause. Chat. Tab. On. Pause screen. Pause screen.
Sun up for a while. Checking. Talk about a phoenix, Ma? Talk about a phoenix? So there you got a phoenix too? I was talking about it too, in Minnesota too. Yeah, bad people. I know, the latest. I go to the, let's see what the, you're going to answer your guy and put him in prison. Yeah. Tell burn the White House, Philadelphia, San Diego, Philadelphia, everywhere. So I put to get my guy and man beat out, so I tried to take them. Police, my son, so they beat that, things, they hit him. I go to prison. Let me turn on for you?
Nope.
I can turn on for you, put the shoes on for you, Mom. I go to the bathroom. Let me put the shoes on right now. Let's pick these on. Let's get it right free. Yeah, let's pick these on. Oops, that's my feet. This is left. The flip-flops?
They're not flip-flops.
What are these? Stuff one. This one. Stuff one.
All screen.
Love a car here. No, not that. That's seriously. I'm drinking like stuff off it, like waters and water. So the layer floors over my nose slip. Water. Happy. The Lord. He's not happy. He's not happy. That's what the people are dead. People are not seeing how they're dead. Dead. Really? So I ate them. My friends wake up here. Minnesota. Not that happy. That. And the angels too. Lord happy. He's not happy. He's sad. The angels are too coming. Burn bad people. Got that there. Yeah, I hear his car.
Tab on.
Take yourself as rating.
Tab on. Tab on. Tab on. Tab.
Give me the marks already. Everything close. Why does he always do that? There's always tissue every day in there. I don't put the bathroom.
You're gonna call a plumber and if that toilet and everything's not gonna work there.
I'm not putting the sink. Why do we put in the bathroom? There.
I know, it's gonna get plugged up, it's gonna get jacked up.
See it there in the morning, see it in the afternoon, see it at night. I'm not putting the bathroom. Sink, put in the bathroom.
Stop it, Andrew!
Oh, there's a tissue part. No, there's two shoes.
Did you hear me?
I know there's two shoes.
What?
I know there's two shoes.
Well, somebody is, it's not me.
Kristen's not here, it's you. You're a liar. I know there's two shoes. You're a liar. I know there's two shoes.
Tissues up right there too. It ain't us. It ain't happening by
I
itself.
know there's two shoes no more. I got you.
Stop using tissues.
I know these shoes. Toilet paper, whatever it is.
I'm gonna take it out of there and you're gonna have nothing. You need to be watched to go to the bathroom.
I don't. You said you can't put pencils up, remember? That's too long. I'm like 10 seconds.
Chat free.